In the empty palace of the heart, I walk alone, through marble halls where warmth has never grown. The chandeliers of hope no longer shine. Their crystals weep in silence, much like mine. Curtains of memory hang heavy and still. Dust of old laughter settles on the windowsill. Footsteps echo where two shadows once met. Now only loneliness roams these corridors of regret. The throne of trust stands broken and bare, once crowned with love, now ruled by despair. Golden frames hold portraits of days gone by, smiling faces that learned too late how to say goodbye. Every door I open sighs with pain. Each room whispers your name again. The garden inside has withered to gray. Roses of promise all faded away. Fountains of joy have run dry for years, their basins now filled with unshed tears. Moonlight enters through shattered glass, illuminating the ghost of our past. I sit on the floor of a grand empty room, listening to memories quietly bloom. Your laughter still dances along the wall, but I turn, and there is nothing at all. The clock in the hallway forgot how to chime. It stopped the day you stepped out of time. Since then, the seconds refuse to move, as if the palace itself disapproves. Mirrors reflect a stranger's face, eyes that once sparkled now hollow with space. I search for the soul that used to live here, but all I find is absence and fear. The balcony where dreams once flew now opens only to a sky without blue. Stars avoid this broken place, as if sorrow stains every trace. Tapestries woven with threads of care hang torn in the cold, forgotten air. Promises stitched in silver and gold have unraveled, their stories untold. In the dining hall of shared delight, plates of memories gather night after night. Two chairs remain, but one is dust, a symbol of love that lost its trust. Candles I light refuse to glow, their flames bow down to the ache below. Even fire cannot bear to stay in a heart where hope has decayed. I wander past the music room, where melodies once chased the gloom. The piano keys are cracked and sore, they remember the touch that comes no more. Notes we played still float in air, but land like ashes of despair. Every chord now breaks apart, like fragile ribs of a wounded heart. The library of whispered dreams holds books of us with torn out seams. Chapters end without goodbye, pages stained with reasons why. Ink of forever has bled away, leaving only yesterday. I read our story, line by line, and lose myself between the signs. In the hallway of unspoken fears, portraits drip with silent tears. Eyes in frames seem to plead, why did love forget our need? The ceiling once painted with skies so wide, now cracks like the faith we couldn't hide. Clouds of doubt roll dark above, thunder made from broken love. Every staircase leads nowhere now, steps collapse beneath each vow. I climb toward hope, but fall instead into the chambers of words unsaid. Your name is carved on every stone. In this palace I roam alone. Even the walls have learned to sigh. Each brick echoes a soft goodbye. Windows once opened to future days are sealed by grief's unyielding haze. Sunlight knocks but can't come through. It fears the shadow left by you. I speak aloud just to hear a sound, but silence answers all around. My voice returns, thin and small, a stranger in this vacant hall. The air is thick with what we lost, dreams abandoned at too high a cost. I breathe in memories sharp and deep, they cut too much to let me sleep. Nights stretch long in this empty place, moonlight tracing your vanished face. I reach for you in the dark's embrace, and hold nothing but empty space. The palace guards of reason fell, defeated by the heart's farewell. Logic fled through the iron gate, leaving sorrow to rule my fate. On the floor lie crowns of pride, jewels of ego cast aside. Love made me kneel, made me break, for a forever that proved to be fake. Still I wander room to room, carrying hope like fragile perfume. Though the palace stands cold and torn, somewhere inside, a heart still mourns. In the deepest chamber, locked away, a tiny light refuses to sway. Though storms of grief around it start, it is the last pulse of this empty heart. Beyond that door of trembling light lies a chamber hidden from sight, where I buried the words I couldn't say, on the night you quietly walked away. Cobwebs cling to thoughts unsent, letters of love that never went. They flutter softly when I breathe, like dying leaves that refuse to leave. In glass cases lined with pain, rest moments I replay again. Your hand in mine, your gentle smile, memories that linger, only to exile. A silver bell hangs near the wall. I ring it still, though you don't call. Its lonely echo fades too fast, like every promise of our past. The floor is tiled with shattered trust. Each step I take disturbs the dust. It rises like ghosts around my knees, whispering truths that never ease. I find the room where we once planned a future drawn by hopeful hands. Maps of dreams upon the floor lead to doors that are no more. Suitcases packed with someday soon now lie beneath a broken moon. Tickets stamped with me and you fade like skies that lost their blue. There's a cradle made of fragile air, built from love and whispered care. It rocks itself in silent grief, holding nothing, not even relief. I pass the mirror of almost forever, where we looked strong, like we'd never sever. But cracks now split that perfect lie, showing the truth we can't deny. In the tower of unshed cries, rain collects from sleepless eyes. It floods the stairs, it soaks the stone, proof that sorrow has overgrown. At the very top, beneath the dome, sits the echo of our old home. I call your name into the air, it breaks, but finds you nowhere. The wind through windows hums your tune, a lullaby beneath a broken moon. It wraps around my tired chest, a ghost that never lets me rest. The banquet hall of we were fine still smells of love and poisoned wine. Laughter lingers, thin and weak, like joy too tired to even speak. Glasses raised in golden cheer now collect the dust of fear. Toasts we made to endless days lie shattered in forgotten ways. There's a staircase made of blame, each step carved with someone's name. I climb it slow, I climb it sore, but guilt just builds another floor. In the nursery of what could be, sleep dreams that never came to be. Tiny shoes of hope remain, untouched by life, untouched by pain. I hold them close against my chest, a weightless grief that never rests. Love's soft future, never born, still leaves my spirit bruised and torn. Through corridors of silent screams, I walk on tiles of broken dreams. Each one cuts beneath my feet, a reminder love can't always keep. There's a balcony where trust once stood, believing hearts were understood. Now rails are rusted, weak, undone, like faith that vanished one by one. I lean and look at nights below, a city made of afterglow. But all its lights can't reach this height, where darkness swallows every light. In the chapel built inside my chest, prayers of us were once confessed. Now pews sit empty, candles cry, wax like tears that never dry. I kneel before an absent grace, begging time to erase your face. But memory is a stubborn art. It paints you deeper in my heart. The organ plays a hollow sound, a hymn where hope cannot be found. Each note drips slow, heavy, long, like sorrow trying to be strong. In the dungeon of unspoken fights, live shadows of unfinished nights. Words we swallowed, sharp and deep, still claw the silence where they sleep. Chains of sorry line the wall, regrets that rise but always fall. Keys of maybe lost in air, doors of healing still unfair. I find a crown we meant to share, bent beneath too much despair. Love was royal in its start, now just ruins in my heart. Outside, storms circle endlessly, thunder speaking your memory. Lightning writes across the sky, stories of how we said goodbye. Yet still I stay inside these halls, listening to the silence crawl. For though this palace stands apart, it is still the home of my broken heart. And in its deepest, darkest room, past all sorrow, past all doom, a fragile truth begins to start. You left, but you still live in my heart. Past that truth I tried to hide lies a corridor where shadows slide. They move like memories without a name, flickers of us, never the same. The air grows colder, thin, and slow, like love that died but won't let go. My heartbeat echoes down the stone, a sound that proves I'm still alone. There's a gallery of almost smiles, stretched across the endless miles. Moments caught between joy and ache, the kind only broken hearts can make. Your eyes in every painted frame, not quite love, not quite the same. A happiness that couldn't stay, a sunrise that forgot the day. I passed the clock of second chances, its hands frozen mid-romances. Time stands still where you once stood, refusing to move like it should. Sand in the hourglass turned to dust, grains of hope, grains of trust. I flip it over again, but it only measures pain. In the courtyard of silent pleas, grow trees of unanswered please. Their branches twist toward the sky, begging clouds to tell me why. Leaves fall shaped like words unsaid, covering paths where love once led. I gather them, but they decay, crumbling softly in dismay. There's a fountain carved from pride, where apologies went to hide. Water once ran clear and bright, now thick with tears of every night. Coins of wishes line the base, all thrown in for your embrace. None came true, they only shine, mocking what was once mine. I find the bridge of fragile belief, built across a lake of grief. Each step trembles under weight of hope that came a second too late. Halfway through, the wood gives way, like promises we couldn't save. I fall but never reach the end, just drift where broken feelings bend. In the tower of if you stayed, every dream we had is laid. Beds of future, neatly made, sheets untouched, colors fade. Curtains flutter with phantom air, as if your presence lingers there. I sit beside the window frame, watching clouds that spell your name. There's a music box beneath the bed, playing words we never said. Its melody cracked, slow, and low, a lullaby of letting go. I wind it once, I wind it twice. It sings of love and sacrifice, then stops, like you did too, mid-song, mid-me, mid-you. In the hallway of fading scent, perfume of your presence went. Still I breathe the ghost of you, in corners where the air once knew. Closets hold your laughter's trace, hanging like clothes I can't replace. I press them close against my skin, but warmth no longer lives within. There's a window facing might have been, fogged by tears from deep within. I wipe it clear with shaking hand, but see no future in the land. Only echoes walking back, footsteps fading into black. The road you took is long and wide, but I was never by your side. In the cellar of buried cries, rest the truth behind my eyes. Bottled storms of every night, sealed away from open sight. One falls, shatters on the ground, releasing grief without a sound. It floods my chest, it floods the hall, a rising tide I can't recall. Yet still this palace does not fall, though emptiness consumes it all. Stands because my heart still beats, even in these ruined streets. And maybe, deep where pain has grown, where love was lost but seeds were sown, a single flower dares to start, in the cracked stone of a shattered heart. It's small, almost too weak to see, a quiet defiance inside of me. Though you are gone, though halls are bare, something living still breathes there. I kneel beside that fragile bloom, growing in sorrow's quiet gloom. Its petals tremble, pale but true, like hope unsure of what to do. It does not ask where you have gone, nor curse the night, nor beg the dawn. It simply lives in broken stone, teaching me I'm not just alone. Around it, cracks begin to spread, through floors where only grief had tread. Light seeps in through wounded seams, thin as thread, soft as dreams. The palace walls still weep at night, but now they shimmer in that light. Tears no longer only fall, they water something after all. I walk again through shattered halls, past broken doors and crumbling walls. Nothing fixed, nothing new, yet everything feels slightly true. The mirrors still show tired eyes, but now beneath the hurt, arise. A quiet strength, not loud or proud, just breathing steady through the cloud. I pass the throne of old despair, still empty, cold, and bare. But ivy climbs its golden frame, soft green rewriting sorrow's name. The fountain carved from pride and ache now holds clear drops I didn't make. Not all tears belong to pain. Some fall like gentle summer rain. In the chapel of my wounded chest, candles flicker without request. No prayer for you, no plea for past, just peace that maybe grief won't last. The organ hums a different tone, low, uncertain, but my own. A song not built from what we were, but from the will to still endure. Windows once sealed shut by fear let in air, thin but clear. The sky outside is still unsure, but no longer something I can't endure. Dust dances in a beam of day, turning ruins into soft ballet. Even broken things can shine when light and loss begin to align. In the nursery of never came, I whisper love without a name, not for ghosts, not for regret, but for the heart that beats here yet. Tiny shoes of silent dreams no longer tear me at the seams. I place them gently back to rest, a memory, not a wound in chest. The staircase built from blame and guilt no longer rises high and stilt. Steps dissolve beneath my tread, forgiveness walking where I bled. In the gallery of almost smiles, frames grow warm after long miles. I see us now with kinder sight, two souls who loved, but lost the fight. Not villains, not a perfect pair, just human hearts too full to bear. And in that truth, a softness grows, like winter loosening its snows. The clock of second chances ticks, not for us, but for what's next. As hands move slow, unsure, but real, time remembering how to heal. I reach the gate I never crossed, the borderland of all I lost. Stands ajar, not locked, not wide, waiting for the step outside. I turn once more through silent space, this empty palace, wounded place. It held my love, my fall, my art. It is the story of my heart. Not empty now, just rearranged, by love that hurt, by pain that changed. Rooms of sorrow still remain, but not as prisons, more like rain. Rain that fell and shaped the land, carved new rivers through the sand. What once drowned me, fierce and wild, now feeds the soil beneath the child. The child inside who still believes in springtime after autumn leaves. Who knows that hearts, though torn apart, still beat, still bloom, still start. So if you walked these halls today, you'd see the grief, but also gray turning slowly into hue. A softer sky, a different blue. You left, and yes, the palace broke, every vow and word we spoke. But in the ruins, life took part, and built a truer, humbler heart. I still remember, I still care, but I no longer live in there. The doors stand open, light can start. This is no longer the empty palace of the heart.